welcome back to my channel. I am so happy you're here, and I am so excited that we are starting a new series here called Reading and Watching, where we will be reading books and then watching the adaptations of them, whether it be a TV series or a movie. This whole idea came to me because whenever there is a book adaptation that comes out, and I feel like there are so many, and there are so many books that are being picked up to be adapted, I always feel like I have to read the book first. So that's what we're going to be doing. There are 2 books in this video. I'm already halfway through with the first book, so I'm sorry that we're not going to be going through the full journey together, but I didn't realize that there was an adaptation until I was halfway through, and I figured might as well put it in, you know, more movies to watch with you. And then the second book is literally the entire reason I wanted to do this in the first place, so I can't wait to get to it, and I'm so excited to read some good books and find some good movie adaptations. Okay, so my thoughts on Dracula. When I first started it, I was a little nervous because I didn't know like how the actual writing style was going to be, but it's pretty easy to understand. There are like sometimes with the names, like when they go from calling somebody their first name to like Mr. and then their last name, I get a little bit confused, but like it's really easy to pick up on who they're talking about. It's like following a bunch of different people, and you're like you're in their head, but you're in their diary. So like it's a bunch of diary entries, and that's what you're reading. So you get like a couple different point of views, and you get the first person whose POV we get. You're in it in the very beginning, and it's so like I was so like fulfilled with his POV, and then we switched out of it and we didn't get his POV for so long, and I was like, wait, like what? And then we switched to somebody else's POV who I really liked, and then there's like kind of a lot of stuff going on. Like I don't want to spoil anything, so this is really vague, but there's like a lot of stuff going on, but also not a lot. Hello, I am going to read. It is Friday, and it's, I don't have my watch on, but it's like 7:50, so it's like 8 o'clock. So free practice for the Brazilian Grand Prix for Formula 1 starts at 9:30. So I'm going to read until 9:30, and then we're going to watch F1, and then maybe read again. But I also have a game later today, so I have to like go over all my sets and stuff like that so that I can be a prepared coach. But other than that, yep, just reading F1, going back and forth whenever it comes off, because I do want to kind of finish Dracula soon. I just got to chapter 20, page 290, and I think something happened. Well, something did happen, but I think that something happened, and I don't want it to happen, but it's okay because it's gonna make it interesting. So we'll see. Can't really see it. Oh, now you can. Anyways, more F1. 2025, and look at the track dominance around here. While we wait, F1 while we wait. I actually figured out I have 99 pages left, so I'm going to finish this thing tomorrow. It actually doesn't matter what I have to do, I'm going to finish that.
For a new team manager to come in. Lewis Hamilton getting his weekend up.
Crazy right now because I just took it out of a braid, but I'm at 7 brew right now because I'm going to go to Barnes and actually finish Dracula, and I promise I'm actually going to finish it because I've been saying for the past couple days that I'm going to finish it, and I just have not because I've been watching sports and doing things. So I am actually going to finish it, and we're going to watch the movie tonight, and it is going to be so much fun. But in order to do that, I need a coffee. Bro, this was not in the book. At all. I must have missed something. I didn't realize that the crazy dude went to train. He's not scared enough for me. Did that happen? Did that happen? I was absolutely not expecting the doctor's house to look like this. He's crying blood. I don't understand why this dude's hair is gray. I have some thoughts. I'm back. I slept on my thoughts of the movie last night. I woke up today thinking about the movie, and I'm gonna save my thoughts for the end of the video. It feels like a fever dream. This is what I'm gonna say. But we're going to get into the next book. The next book we're gonna be reading in this video is Twilight. And I'm so excited because I have such a love for the movies. Now, I have already watched every movie of this series. I have watched every single movie hundreds of times. Every time they come back out into theaters and they do like the marathon where they show all the movies, I'm there. My mom read the books when they came out and she loved them, so obviously we watched the movies. So I know what happens, I know the characters, I know everything, but I have never read the book and I want to see how the two compare. I want to see if my opinions on the characters and all the things that happen still stand in the book as they do in the movie. So I don't know. And like any excuse to be back in this world, but in the book form, and any excuse to watch the movies again, seriously. So I'm happy, and my mom is excited because now she'll have someone who read the books. So really, my mom put me on. Let's get into it. My bear is so flat because I sleep on him literally every single night, so please excuse him. Oh my god, that's literally a line from the movie. I just finished the first chapter, and there are some differences. Like, chronologically, I think, but everything that happened, not different from what I've seen in the movie. I need to just take the book for what it is. Like, I need to figure out how to, like, be like, I'm reading the book, and then the movie, because I did it backwards. I watched the movies and then I read the book, so now I'm, like, comparing the book to the movie instead of the movie to the book. So, I need to stop that, but I'm really enjoying it. Just met Jacob. Different, but okay. This is like kind of a bad angle, but it is the next day. It is Friday, 6:58 a.m. I'm on my way to work. I'm now on chapter 15, and that is page 255. I'm trying to savor it. I'm trying not to rush the book, but it is almost impossible for me to not read the book at the pace that I am because I do genuinely love it so much. So that's kind of what I'm going through at the moment. Hello again. I feel like I start every clip saying hello. I'm going to read is visually how much I have left. Still on page 255 and have until page 403. So we'll see how far I get. That's so sweet. This did not happen. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I just finished literally one chapter, but I thought it was really interesting. I'm at the chapter where she goes over to the Cullen's house, and in the movie, there's a piece of art on the wall, and in the movie, it's different than what it is in the book. I really do like the piece of art that's actually in this. I feel like it gives so much more background to one of the characters, and I enjoy that a lot because I don't feel like I had much background. before on that specific character. They're about to go play baseball, which is one of my favorite scenes, I think, in the entire series. But I found some new scenes that I really like that have nothing to do with the movie, so that makes me really happy. More to love, you know? Oh, if I'm at baseball, I know what happens next. Would I let a tree hurt you? What kind of a question is that? Like, literally, like that's exactly how quickly, just from like here to here, gave me. I have to go back inside for work now, but I am on page 305, chapter 18, right there. And I think I'll have some time to read actually in between doing stuff for work. Okay, so I did read. I've had kind of a lot of time, and currently this is where I'm at in the book, chapter 22, page 351. So I am definitely going to finish this tonight, and I have no clue if I'm going to be able to record it when I finish it because I'll be at work. So I just wanted to let you know, probably going to finish it, probably won't be together, but good news, we get to watch the movie together. So much fun, and we get to do it tonight. So I just got off work, and I can tell you, I finished Twilight, and I'm happy. It's hard for me to believe that he's 15 or 14, whatever he was, but he's definitely like really young in the book, and like he doesn't look 14 or 15, whatever it is. I could be wrong, but I don't think there's a Lauren in the movie, and there's certainly a Lauren in the book. So when she first came up, I was like, who's this chick? I get why they have to, because it's a movie and they have, you know, they have to like put things in where it fits in. But like in the book, all of this stuff was so spread out. Everything that happened in the first 10 minutes of this movie was spread out over the course of several days. And it's literally been like, she's been in school for like a couple periods, and all of this stuff has happened. If someone sat across from me and was like this, the catch-up scene. Another thing that literally never took place in the book was Charlie thinks that there's like a wild animal out on the loose killing people. I missed it, but one of my favorite lines is when Mike goes, "How you liking the rain, girl?" That's like one of my favorite lines, and he just said it, and it just smiles to my face. That's so funny. I wish I could remember what it felt like to watch this movie for the first time. The only movie that I can remember watching for the first time is the last one. He is literally so funny. Edward is so funny. When she says, "I need some answers," and he goes, "Yes, no," to get to the other side of the road, and then starts reciting pi, that is so funny. This dude is hilarious. Last night, I got really, really tired, and I paused the movie, and now we are back. This dude started tweaking in the movie. He literally tweaked. He's like, "You need to see what I look like." In the book, it was much, much more relaxed than that. Even though he had his mood swings, but it was like not like that at all. Okay, this happened. Yeah, the movie makes this feel a lot more dramatic, which I understand they have to do. In the book, this wasn't so, you know. In the book, I think she's crazy, but I could justify it. The movies, when I was like first watching them, was like, this girl's crazy. What is she talking about? My favorite line is coming up. She's crazy. I love that. But seriously, like in the books, this didn't seem so like climactic because things just, the pacing and everything was different. This, in the movie, you're like, What do you mean you're afraid for him to leave? You've talked twice. Like, I love watching the movie now and understanding why people did something or said something the way that they did. It's like being able to read somebody's mind and understand exactly why they did something. It's amazing. The piece of art that I was talking about, it is in there, but it's just not what they are actually talking about. But it's there, it's just not what they chose to focus on, which is cool. The baseball scene. I bet Charlie got such serious whiplash. Hello, it is dark outside and I'm in the car because I had to run an errand really quickly after I watched the movie or finished the movie, and I thought that we could just talk about it now. So my thoughts, I need to find my phone because I actually did have like a running list of things that I had to say. But my preference, Dracula, my preference is the book, and like by 1,000 miles the movie seemed to be geared towards a certain audience, and I'm not in that audience. It wasn't anything nasty, I think, but it was just, I was so jarred. I was not expecting it because the book, nothing. I was so lost and confused when stuff like that happened. Don't watch that movie around kids. That's my response. And Twilight, I thought that I was going to prefer the movie because of nostalgia and all of that, but I really did prefer the book. I think that so much happened in the book that gave me so much more context to what went on in the movie, where some points in the movie I would have been confused before and totally unsure of why characters were making some decisions or why they liked each other so much, and the book made it definitely more reasonable. And then my favorite book character versus my favorite movie character in Dracula, my favorite book character was Mina, and that kind of pissed me off because I feel that the movie did a disservice to her. I felt like she was two completely different people. And then my favorite character in the movie was Reinfeld, the crazy dude. He was my favorite. Twilight, my favorite book character is Edward's Volvo. That car was on almost every single page after it got introduced. But in reality, my favorite book character, I don't want to be basic and say Edward, but I think he probably was my favorite character. Or either, maybe actually, it's one of the vampires. It's either like Emmett actually was, I really liked him in the book. So I don't know, that's undecided, but yeah, that's undecided. And then in the movie, I think that my favorite character is Charlie. I love Charlie. And I feel so bad for him because his life was so crazy once Bella got there, and I can't even imagine what he went through with her. But yeah, I really like Charlie in the movie. Yeah. I think that's a fact for me. My least favorite book character and my least favorite movie character. My least favorite book character for Dracula, I'm not sure. None of them bothered me, to be honest with you. So I don't know if I have a least favorite. They were all okay. I didn't hate any of them. I don't think I have a least favorite. None of them bothered me in the book. And I didn't even hate Dracula. I didn't understand, why he was doing what he was doing, but I didn't dislike him. And then my least favorite movie character for Dracula was Mina, by far. Least favorite book character for Twilight is Lauren. If I watched the movie, just watched the movie, like before today, if you asked me, hey, who was Lauren in Twilight? I would have said, who? So that, yeah, and everything that she did in the book was just annoying. I don't know, yeah. And then my least favorite movie character for Twilight. Honestly, Billy gets on my nerves, but I understand why he's doing what he's doing. I don't know. They're all okay. Yeah, Billy. It's gonna be Billy. Did the differences change the plot or the theme majorly for me? For Dracula, Yes. The difference between the book and the movie is jarring, and I don't know, like, I have no clue. I felt like they tried to add stuff to make it more appealing to men, maybe, or just to make it more, like, attention grabby, and I hated it. If it would have just been the movie, I would have really enjoyed myself, but I did not. I couldn't. And then for Twilight, I wrote a lot on this actually. I said the focus on James, Laurent, and Victoria was much heavier, introduced before the 30-minute mark in the movie, and we don't see them until much later in the book. Didn't change too much of the plot except for the fact that we weren't getting all the ordinary scenes between some characters. Not too much to complain about, but it did leave less time to really build up or break down certain relationships. But I do understand that it is a movie, you have a certain amount of time, you're trying to get a certain movie, like a certain point across, of course, but a certain point across, so I can understand. I don't love it because the book, reading it, made me love the characters and love their story much more, so when there was that story lacking in the movie, I felt like something was missing, but I could still understand. It didn't change the story. And then the most noticeable difference for me for Dracula was the entire movie. The entire movie. There were some things that were similar, but the entire movie, I felt like even some of the conversations, the way I read it, I took it so differently than the way it came across. And it seemed like everything was for dramatic effect instead of just to get the story across as the way it was told. And then for Twilight, I said the biggest change was the pacing, less relationship building between characters, and the banter between Edward and Bella was so much less. It was so much less. They were so, like, funny and kind of witty together when they weren't being annoying, but you lose so much of that in the movie. So, yeah. So now on to final thoughts. My final thoughts on Dracula. I did like the book. I don't know what I would rate it. I think I would probably give it like a 3-star. I'm probably not going to remember it. I probably won't recommend it, book-wise, unless someone genuinely comes to me and they are like telling me something very specific, then I would give them that. If you want like a classic book that fits into like the spooky season, I would say that that's for you. So maybe I would recommend it, but only in like special circumstances. I wouldn't ever be thinking and be like, oh, you should read Dracula. And then movie-wise, I wouldn't recommend anybody watch that movie. I did not like the movie. I would give the movie 0 stars. Well, not 0. I was entertained and I didn't turn it off. So maybe like 1 star. Twilight, the book, I know I'm going to think about it for a long time, and I devoured the book and had so much fun with it, so I don't know if it's not less than a 4, but I don't know if it's a 5 yet. I think I need some time to marinate in that, but I definitely got like the giddiness of a 5-star, but it's just confusing because I've watched the movies before, so I have like a weird, the way I think about things is a little bit different than maybe it would have been, but I think it's either a 4.5 or 5 for the book, and the movie is definitely like a 4 because I love that movie. I will watch it any season, anytime, anywhere. I will watch that movie, so that movie is like a 4 just because I was watching the movies and was like, what? How did this happen? What else? Would I recommend Twilight? Of course, 100%, both book and movie. So that is the end of this reading and watching vlog. I'm so happy that you came along with me. This was so much fun. I think it is so interesting to see the same story told in 2 different forms of media. I hope to do this so many more times. Yeah, I had so much fun. I enjoyed myself. Hopefully you found a new movie or a new book recommendation. watching, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.